Here's your mail from last Friday, Mr. King. Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was okay. How was yours?
I had a wonderful weekend. I got friended by a very nice gentleman on Facebook who lives in San Diego. He wants to take me on his yacht.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Should be fun.
So are you upset with Kathy Court? I thought employees weren't supposed to badmouth the court on the web.
What?
Yeah, Kathy has really been ripping the court on her Facebook page.
No way. Let me see.
Here it is. CBK at it again. He thinks he is lord of all he surveys. Another good person has left this court thanks to his handiwork. So, BK, Bob King, you had to let Phyllis go last week. Phyllis and Kathy were very close.
I'm going to put a stop to this right away. Carol, get me that IT guy on the phone right now.
You mean Carl?
Yeah, Carl. Get him on the phone.
Hey, Mr. King.
Hey, Carl, thanks for coming by on such short notice. I really need you to look at some web usage by one of our staff.
Okay, what's his name?
No, it's not really a him, it's a her. It's Kathy Korn, last name spelled with a K.
So you need a log of her court email traffic?
Well, that's not exactly it. What I'm really looking for is her activity on social networking sites like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, MySpace. She's been making some real disparaging remarks about the court. And if that's true, it's got to stop, and now.
Got it. Well, I can't go back and see stuff that she may have already removed, but I can definitely monitor it going forward.
Great. Get back to me as soon as you can.
Will do.
Morning.
Carl stopped by. He brought you the results of your research project.
Finally. It's been 3 months. You should have something on that Korn lady by now. Kathy, this is a compendium of your Facebook entries over the last 3 months discussing the court.
What?
Do you have any idea how unethical it is to make statements on Facebook about the court, disparaging the court?
But I didn't say anything.
Let me give you a few examples. The work here is mind-numbing. My brain is slowly turning into mush. I feel so much contempt for these stupid people in foreclosures getting judgments against themselves for their credit card debts. This is not the Facebook entry of an unbiased representative of the court. Or how about this? BK is at it again. So many people have been hurt by the way he acts, and he doesn't even seem to know or care. Kathy, I do care. I care deeply about every one of my employees.
Well, but
Miss Korn, I want you back in my office on Monday morning, and I want all of those entries disparaging the court off of the page. See you Monday morning.
Mr. King, I'd like to introduce you to my attorney, Mrs. Laura Templeton. Mr. King, as Ms. Korn's representative in a possible employee action, I was just wanting to ask you a couple of clarification questions.
I'm going to have to get our court counsel in here. Carol? Hey, can you get Bill Williams in here right away?
Can't. Today is Mr. Williams' flex day, Mr. King.
Okay, fine. What questions do you have, Miss Templeton?
Does the court have a social media policy? I was wondering if you could get me a copy of the policy on monitoring employees' use of networking sites. I tried to find it on my own, but I'm sure I just missed it.
We're actually working on that policy right now.
I also took the opportunity to call Carl Bittner, the IT support center tech. I asked Carl if he had an accounting of the staff time devoted to monitoring employees' use of social networking sites over the last 3 months. Will you please provide this information to me?
What did Carl say?
The point is, I will find this information out, even if I have to get a judge to order you and Mr. Bittner to tell me what it is. Probably the most important question I have for you right now, Mr. King, is if you can share the specific basis for your decision to monitor my client's Facebook page.
I'm not really prepared to discuss that right now. I'm going to have to talk it over with county counsel.
By the way, Mr. King, I know in your discussion with my client last week, you were very concerned with references my client made on Facebook to BK. You do realize that my client has a brother named Brian Korn. His initials are BK.
Maybe we can come to an understanding. Maybe Ms. Korn did nothing unethical. I would really appreciate it if she could remove those entries from her Facebook page, especially considering our upcoming policy on social networking for the court.
Well, if you would be willing to include the fact that my client did nothing unethical in her next employee evaluation, which happens to be at the end of the month.
Yes, okay, yes.
Great. Well, I think our business with Mr. King is concluded.
I have to ask, BK? Of course it was King. He's the biggest jerk in 3 states.